Republicans in Colorado are calling for consequences against private citizens who say things they don't like about Charlie Kirk following his murder. The comments being criticized range widely from people who are mocking Kirk's killing or calling for more political violence to people who are simply criticizing Charlie Kirk's political views or saying that he should not be celebrated as a national hero. Today, the vice president guest hosted Kirk's radio show from the White House with a stream of administration officials promising a government crackdown on liberal groups based on their unsubstantiated claim that those groups fueled Kirk's killing. Our Angeline McCall reports.
On social media, an effort from the right to cancel those who have been outspoken on Charlie Kirk. In Colorado, there have been calls for state employee firings, for teachers and others who have posted anything negative about Kirk.
Unfortunately, something we see after every tragedy like this is an effort to try to police the speech of the opposing side.
Robert Shibley works with FIRE, the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression.
You know, a big part of his appeal was his willingness to engage people with all different viewpoints, including a lot of people who accused him of being bad, wrong, racist, vile.
Now we're seeing public databases created, calling for people to submit online posts and personal information of those who have a different opinion on Kirk. While the First Amendment protects freedom of speech, it does not necessarily protect you in your workplace.
You have the right to, speak and be a part of the democratic process, as long as that's not, something you're doing as part of your job. But the matter of trying to figure out what's part of your job is sort of where the rubber hits the road legally, and things get very complicated.
The State Department also suggested recalling visas of those who've been outspoken about Kirk.
If we are all going to live with equal justice under law, we have to be held to the same standards, and we can't simply pick and choose what we like to hear and what we don't. That can't be the way we decide whether or not you can have a livelihood in this country.
And creating databases is something Charlie Kirk himself advocated for, creating the Professor Watch List. FIRE, the organization, spoke out in opposition of that list, but at the same time also advocated for Kirk's Turning Point USA chapters to be able to host events on college campuses, even when colleges did not want to. Kyle.
And certainly, Angeline, we've seen cycles like this of public condemnation and calls for consequences for speech from both the left and the right. In this case, obviously, you also have the president and the vice president promising government action against groups.
Right, and that's actually something that Robert talked about, right, is that we've seen this cycle before. We saw it back, for instance, in 2020 with George Floyd, seeing it again with Charlie Kirk. He says that whenever any side kind of engages in this type of cycle, what it does is actually spur the next side, when something else happens down the line, and both can be dangerous.
Angeline McCall, thank you very much.